Hey folks, April 2nd, 2020. We're going to be working on 10.4b and taking a quiz today. Here's what your screenshot of what Schoology should look like for your materials. Of course, here's where you found this video, the Daily Dose of Duds. You will have a practice activity, which we'll do, and you can upload your work to that. We will do a Schoology review quiz as well and a regular 10.4b quiz. This little review quiz, I believe it's in the homework section. It'll help you get you ready for this one right here. Let's go ahead and get started. Here's our review or practice for today. If you want to, you could screenshot this, put it into Notability, or you can just number 1 through 13 and put it up in the top half of your page for the day. That would be fine too. Either way, as long as I see. Basically, the work steps are just going to be what you've put into your calculator. Okay, go ahead and work on these 13 problems today. My guess is that right now a couple of you might be going, I don't know how to do those ones at the bottom. Okay, let's do one of these ones at the bottom. Let's just do 12. Let me get my calculator out here. All right, from problems 7 through 13, these are really the same thing as these ones up here that you do know how to solve. But instead of giving you the picture, they're just giving you the words. So 12 is the most complicated, because they've got all kinds of symbols in here. All it's saying is that they want you to find the measure of angle A in triangle ABC if angle B is 38 degrees and angle C is 38 degrees. So it's the same thing. We're still going to start off with 180 degrees in a triangle. We're going to subtract the 38 for the angle B, and then we'll subtract the 38 for angle C, and we have 104 degrees. You want to check it, you can add the 38 back in and add the 38 back in again. You get to 180. So it's the same thing. And these ones here, they've used some decimals, but still, you have 180 degrees and you're just going to subtract these two angles and find the third. Okay? All right, good luck on finishing those up. All right, let's see how you did. Just give you a quick peek at the answers for those. Right, here you go. You can take a look at those. Alrighty. Let's go back. Now we've got a little learning to do today. We're going to take this just a little bit learning just a step farther. Now, suppose we needed to find the measure of x, and we need to solve for x here, and we're not given any measurements or degrees at all for any angles. Well, then we can just simply say that these three x's together, 1x, 2x, 3x's, these three x's together all equal 180 degrees. So 3x equals 180. Now, we can set that up as a one-step equation that we can take, and we can divide both sides by 3, and we can isolate the x, and we get x is equal to 60 degrees. So each of these measures up here would be 60 degrees in every one of them. I'll just put it in for one of them. All right, in similar fashion, a little bit harder over here. Now we've got 4x, 11x, and 3x. Well, all of those x's put together, 4 plus 11 is 15, plus 3 more is 18 x's. All 18 x's together, 18 times x is going to equal 180 degrees. Once again, that's a one-step equation. We can divide by 18 on both sides. 180 divided by 18 is 10. We find out that when we isolate the variable, x is equal to 10 degrees. So I could take and put this back in. This is going to be up here. This would be 4 times 10, or 40 degrees. This one is going to be 3 times 10, or 30 degrees. This one is going to be 11 times 10, or 110 degrees. That's solving for x. This one here is a little more complicated. We've got just one missing measure here, but you could solve this a couple of different ways. I just said, well, we're going to say that these 10 x's together here equal 90 degrees. And you're going, why not 180 degrees? But we already have 90 here. So these two angles have to be the other 90 degrees. I think this is the simplest way to do it. So 7x plus 3x is 10x, and that equals 90 degrees. Okay. isolate the variable by dividing both sides by 10. We get x equals 9 degrees. So this one is going to be 3 times 9 degrees, or 27 degrees. And this one is going to be 7 times 9, or 63 degrees. All right, that's important information, you know. So you might want to just back up the last couple of seconds on the video and run through that again. There's going to be a couple of problems on the Schoology review that are going to ask those questions. Okay? All right, finally, I promised a G67 challenge. Here's a quick peek at what the Schoology review quiz is going to look like right here. This is actually going to be on 4.2. All right, the G67 challenge. You don't need to worry about that Schoology piece too, because I've got that picture on the Schoology quiz, so you can just fire up the Schoology quiz. My star's a little big here. I'm getting like Sal Khan. Oh, let me grab the magenta. All right, here we go. G67 challenge, periods 2 and 4. I'd like you to do this. Anyone else who'd like to try it, that's fine. It's not mandatory, but my 2 and 4, you guys have to do this. All right, here we go. I want you to take and cut some thin strips of paper. You could do it with straws too if you wanted, or anything that could give you these exact lengths. We need 2 of them that are 6 centimeters, 2 of them that are 14 centimeters, 1 that's 8 centimeters, and then 2 of them that are 3 centimeters. And make sure somehow you've labeled them, so you make sure you can tell them apart. Really, the only ones would be confusing would be the 6 and the 8, but if you're doing paper strips, it might be good to label them just so you know what you've created. Okay, go ahead, and I'd like you to try working through this enrichment page here. Basically, we've already done this top part. You're going to take these 3 and see if you can form a triangle. And if so, tell what type of triangle it is. Classify that triangle. Okay, let you take a look at those. So you would answer these 6 problems and then ponder these 3 word problems as well. Now, I really encourage you to stop the video and do this. This is some heavy learning here. It's great. You're going to be working with a couple of different types of parts of your brain. You're going to be cutting some things out. You're going to be thinking some things, be putting them together with your tactilely, with your hands. So check that out. Put the answers to all of these first 9 questions right down here in the bottom half, right down below the activity, so that when you take that picture and upload it to 10.4b, you're ready to go. And here are your answers. Let you take a look at those. Kind of cool. Cool learning. All right. Everybody, when you're done, make sure you've uploaded your practice today to 10.44b practice, and you are ready at this point in time to do the Schoology activity. Just go ahead and find that, click on it, and it'll give you, I believe it's just 2 shots on that. It'll give you a couple of tries on it. And then you can take the 10.4b quiz on Schoology. Those will both automatically go right into the grade book. If you want to work ahead, 10.6a, the video, if you want to do that. Otherwise, tomorrow, the first thing I'll tell you to do in the Daily Dose of Studs is to stop and make sure you've watched that. Okay? Have a great day.